All right. Good morning, good afternoon, whatever your case may be. But got John Boat Robert out here with another little bluegill video. Looks like there he is already. It's 1st of June. I guess about the 7th, 6th or the 6th of June. Bluegills, still a few of them on the bed. It's about the time for them to quit all on the beds here, but figure we get out here early this morning and get another little video of these bluegills while we had a chance, and give everybody an update on my big boat. I got it out of the shop yesterday. So it's sitting at the house with no fishing gear in it. Probably after today, once I get done with this little video here today and get back to the house, I'm gonna take everything out of this boat, everything out of my little boat shed that I have that I put in my big boat, because there's a lot of stuff that I didn't put in this boat here that I put in my big boat. So we're gonna try and get some of that stuff done this afternoon after we get done fishing. Go home and work on the boats all day. Of course, it's supposed to get up to about 90 something today. Rain's supposed to move in about noon, so that never fails. But hope all you guys has been doing good out there. Been doing some fishing. It's fishing to get good and hot, and don't know how much fishing I'm gonna be doing then, but my other boat's been in the shop here for almost a month now. Not quite a month, but almost a month. So of course I haven't been doing as much fishing as I would like to be doing, because that's my big catfish boat. And I got a big old thing of coontail moss right there, right in my way, so I'm having to kind of boat flip these dudes over that moss. Little shell cracker, a little one, but it is a shell cracker. We're gonna put him in a bucket anyways. Use him for some catfish bait later on in the year. Put him in the freezer. All right there, dude. Well, you keep on jumping around there. After you calm down, I'll put you in the bucket. He's jumping around there in the floorboard. I can't get a hold of him because he's jumping around. I'll put him in the bucket there with some water if he's calmed down. He's wanting to take a tour of the boat. He's just jumping from the front of the boat to the back of the boat there. So, sound like he's about to calm down. But anyways, I already had 2 in the bucket there, so this little dude here makes 3, which he don't really count because he catfish bait. The other 2 that I got in there, they're eater size. First 2 that I caught off this little bed was good little size. They're gonna be eaters. That one there, he gonna be catfish bait. I don't know which one I'd rather be, catfish bait or eater. You're gonna get eaten either way. If I was a fish. If I was a fish, would I'd rather be eat by a human or eat by a big old catfish somewhere? But today's, like I said, it's clear and a little overcast and cloudy this morning. Supposed to be some rain moving in today between, I believe he said 12 and 1. But weatherman, they don't know what it's going to do. Well, I should say the weather woman this morning that I watched, it was a woman. So I don't know And I don't think none of them knows really what it's going to do. They just guess at it and hope. Try to get my boat spun around here just a little bit. So I'm throwing back over this way more. And then I'm trying to keep my darn. Man, I had a bite there. And I missed him. Trying to fool this trolling motor. Trying to keep my prop on my trolling motor there. Out of all this coontail moss here. I've done had to clean it off 2 or 3 times already. I don't know if you guys can see them. Leaning back, but straight across the lake over there, I don't know, a couple of 100 yards. I do got some jugs out there for some catfish. So we may get a bonus fish or 2 this morning. I'm only going to fish for about 2 hours. Like I said, man, I missed another one. Must be a bunch of little ones in here. But let me spin you guys around here so you can see where I'm fishing at over there. Over here on this little point here. I've noticed most of these brim beds are always going to be on these points here. See if I can get that thing out there where I needed it. Whenever I first moved up in here, I thought there was going to be some big ones in here. But I think it's about 50-50. But back to my boat that was been in the shop for a week. I took that thing down there to the Bass Pro Pyramid in Memphis there. That's where I've been taking it. That's where I actually bought it. And I had some stuff there that was under warranty that I've been needing to get fixed before the warranty run out. And get all that taken care of. Hoping I can get a bite there with the camera around there. But so the 2 things that I was mostly was the trolling motor. It kept on acting up like it was only running off of 1 battery instead of 2 batteries. And basically that's what it was. I knew what was wrong with it, but I couldn't fix it because it was still under warranty. And if I'd done anything, they're going to say, well, it was under warranty and blah, 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 blah. And I could have got it fixed for free, in other words, instead of having to pay out of pocket. So what had happened was brand new battery, interstate batteries. Don't never buy interstate batteries. They ain't never had no good luck out of them. But that's what come on the boat, so that's what it is. It is what it is. But if I ever had to pay out of pocket for one, I will not put an interstate battery on my boat. That's basically the bottom of the barrel. So that was part of the problem. And then my village pump for the boat. It had seized up, I guess the guy said, and locked up. And wasn't pumping, you know, wasn't doing what it was supposed to be doing, in other words. So he tinkered around with it and actually wound up having to put a new one on there. So that was covered under warranty. And that thing never, whenever I bought the boat, it has never actually worked since I've had the boat. I tried fooling with it to get it to work. Check the fuses, you know, just check the wire and check the fuses. And never could get it to work myself. So that's whenever I took it down there to the Bass Pro Shop to let them figure out what was going on with it. Of course, it was still under warranty, so fool with it. That's why they make the big bucks, as they say. I think I'm too close to this bed here. I done fooled around and got in here too close to them, I think. Of course, I'm in this damn coontail moss here. I see my prop's all jammed up again. So, anyways, it's always something out here. So yeah, let me clean my prop off real quick and get back to fishing here in a minute, so I can Yeah, I'm standing up here. I can see a few bluegills on them beds, but it ain't many. Not a whole bunch of them anyways. Oh yeah, this thing's all wrapped up. See if we can do this without falling into the water. Yeah, let me see if I can get it out of this darn moss here. Because as soon as I get it out the moss, I'm going to have to actually clean it off again. There we go. That should be good. Of course, I done spooked all my fish off the bed. So, anyways, it is what it is. But yeah, I was too close to that bed, and I probably spooked most of the fish off the bed. And then whenever I had that little issue there with the trolling motor just now, I'm sure that spooked the rest of them off. So we'll sit here and talk for a couple of minutes, and hopefully they'll come back in here and get on the beds again here in a minute. But yeah, I've only been putting out a video about once a week here instead of 2 or 3 videos, you know, is what I'm trying to do. Trying to get 2 or 3 videos out a week. But it you know, fishing is like everything else. It's always something going on all the time to hold you up. As they say, either the fish ain't biting, or wind's blowing 90 mile an hour, it's pouring down rain, thunder and lightning, tornadoes. Actually, I think the storm that's moving in here this afternoon, when I was watching it this morning on the news, it's just the other side of Little Rock, Arkansas. They're a couple hours out from them, and they was having tornado warnings actually. So it may get a little rough around here this afternoon. Speaking of tornadoes, this lake here where I'm at, we're actually fishing at Glen Springs Lake here again, where we're at. I don't know if you can see the little shed over there, the bait shop and the boat ramp over there. But we're straight across that big cove, right straight across from the bait shop there. But anyways, to get back to the tornado, I've actually been fishing on this lake, not in a boat, but up here on the bank, 2 times, and a tornado's hit. The last time was about 2 years ago, and I was up here fishing on the bank there on the pier, and it was raining. And what I'd do is I catfish there and throw out my catfish poles there in the water, and then I sit in the vehicle right next to the bank and watch all my poles. When I get a bite, I run out there and reel him in. We'll do some of them videos this year, I'm sure, when it gets good and hot. Heat index 120, 115. I'm sure we'll probably be doing some of them videos sitting up there fishing out of the boat, or out of the truck, I should say. And so anyways, with that being said, I caught a nice little fish. He was 42 or 44. I can't remember which one he was, because I caught 2 of them that month in the 40s. And this was in May that I caught these guys. But anyways, right as I got a good bite, jumped out of the truck, took off out there and got him on the pier out there, and was trying to get the hook out of the fish's mouth. There's a little bluegill. See if I can hop him up. Oh, he got in that grass. I might not get him. Come out of that grass. There we go. So anyways, take care of this dude here real quick. We'll get back to the tornado. Little bluegill. The first couple of the fish that I caught in here was actually shell crackers because they had the red ears, as people call them. He want to swallow that thing just about. There's a good one. He's going to be borderline of catfish bait and human bait. So anyways, back to the catfish story. I was there on the dock trying to get the hook out of the darn fish's mouth, and the wind started picking up. I mean, just blowing like crazy. And I knew we was under tornado warnings, tornado watch, all them good things. So I turned around and had the fish in the net still. Like I said, I was trying to get that hook out of his mouth. And I took off up there, jumped in the truck, backed my truck up as close to that building as I could get from the opposite direction that the wind was blowing. And I mean, I was a foot from the building, so that wind wouldn't hit my truck too much, and that way if some debris started flying around somewhere, it wouldn't hit my truck. So hopefully was the idea. So sure enough, here come the tornado. I'm sitting there in the truck, but oh, there's another one. They're back in there on that bed. Get up on top of that. These are some nicer ones too. Of course, here I am in the truck, bouncing around. That truck just a shaking. Man, come out of that grass. Come on. Come on now. Get out of there. Man, he is all wrapped up all in this grass. I'm gonna do good to get him, but I got him. So we rode out the tornado there in the truck. Or we, I should say me. And we're using a little popping bug today. That's what we're doing. Just a little old yellow popping bug. They're kind of hitting stuff on top of the water, and plus this little bluegill here, hole here that I'm fishing, pretty shallow anyways. About a foot deep over there, looks like. So we rode out the tornado there, and after the tornado had passed, I got back out of the vehicle and went back out there to the pier where my fish was still hanging on my pier, and it's still in the net. It didn't blow him away. Man, there's another one. I mean, I'm getting them left and right, but the trick is getting them all out of that grass. He's all buried up in that grass, and he got off. He was gonna be a nice one too. All that darn coontail moss. Right there. Some little guy and girl were putting by there. So I got out, and of course, like I was saying there, and dealt with the little fish. Got him off the hook and out the net. Went on fish for a couple more hours. And then once I got home, started watching the news that afternoon. When the tornado come over here, it wasn't actually on the ground. It hadn't touched ground yet. It was still, I guess you could say, forming, just at its first stages of forming. 5 miles from here, it wiped out all kinds of homes, but here it didn't do no damage here, and within 2 or 3 miles of me, where we're at. But I actually hit Covington and Covington, Tennessee. I think the name of it was Crestview Middle School in Covington. I think's the name of it. Covington High School or whatever. High school and school up there. It actually tore that building completely apart. They're actually still building, rebuilding that school now. Tore up a couple of churches, I think. Messed up a golf course pretty good. I'm sure the golfers like that. Because that golf course that it hit, it was down for about 6 months, I think. Them cleaning up, replacing some buildings and stuff, I think. But we got out here this morning fairly early. I done good this morning. Got up because I'm not an early riser by no means. Got up this morning about 6 o'clock and was over here on the water fishing about 6:30. I missed that little one. I was fishing, actually on the water fishing at 6:30, as I was saying. And we've caught, I don't know, what, 5 now, I think. Lost 1 or 2. Pretty good sized little bed here, but I don't think it's a whole lot of fish on it right now. We come over last week and brought the grandkids, me and Miss Renee there, brought her grandkids over here, fish off the pier up there. We had a blast. I got a bucket of worms. I started to do a video, but I didn't want to put them kids in the video. You know how social media is and all that good stuff. But we caught a few fish that day, a little bluegill. We just bought some worms, take the kids out to have fun. We had a blast. Man, yeah, I got him. I seen him when he hit. I'll never get him out of that. He just went way deep down in that grass. I'll never get him out of there. I'm gonna do good to get my hook back. Oh man, did I get lucky? Oh, it's a little dinky bass. How about that? Hey, I got 2 or 3 people in there that's been talking about some bass. They want me to do some bass videos, so there's your bass, Mr. Jeff. A friend of mine, Mr. Jeff and Richard. Mr. Richard, he's got a YouTube channel. You guys check him out. I think he's got a couple little YouTube channel videos up called Mid-South Pond Hopper, I think. But there's your bass. He's wanting me to do a bass video. Bluegill fishing, catching a bass. You guys was wanting a bass video, so there's your bass video. But we're going to do some bass videos here later on. Not right now. The guy that, one of the guys that there want me to do catch some bass. He's actually wanting me to catch some. He's got a little farm pond, about 1 acre, maybe 2 acres. He's wanting me to bring him some bass over here to stock with, because he says he ain't got no bass in there, but I bet he does. He just ain't catching them. Man, they're wearing that dude out, but I think it's just a bunch of little ones. But anyways, I'm glad you guys came out here and are hanging out with me today. Catching some bluegill here. I put out a video. Actually, it's going to be releasing here the last video that I made. Actually, it should hit the airways, as they say, at 9 o'clock this morning. I've got it set on YouTube to where it automatically uploads at 9 o'clock. But it's going to be me installing a boat battery in this boat right here. This is my spare boat, my old boat that I had. And I had it up for sale when I bought my new boat. Let me see if I can jump around here. Try not to get that darn moss, so my boat ain't want to act right here. Either too close to the moss or I'm too far from it. My tail end is swung around here. That's where the problem is. So anyways, I bought my new boat back in December, and I've been, fishing out of it mostly. So I took this thing and I had it sitting in the front yard for sale. And of course, I bought this boat new, and boat, motor, trailer, batteries, seats, trolling motor, everything. I mean, everything I rigged it up that I need. Altogether, it was right at almost $11,000. We'll say between $10,000 and $11,000 for this boat. Like I said, it was brand new, and it's about 6-7 years old now, something like that. So I had it sitting in the front yard, trying to sell it. I had a couple of offers for $5,000, and I turned them down. I'm like, no, I was trying to get at least $7,000 out of it. I mean, the boat is old. I mean, I say old, 5 or 6 years old. But there's nothing wrong with this boat except for the batteries. So it's set up for 6 months basically, and whenever I got ready to use it, whenever my other boat had to be put in the shop, I started having trouble out of all these batteries, and I wound up having to replace 2 of them, and I don't know, may wind up having to replace the 3rd one before long. But one of the batteries that I had replaced, of course you can go back and watch the video, it had been on this boat since I bought it new, so I guess that wasn't too bad. But after, like I was saying there, after about 2 months, I just said to heck with it. I took the for sale sign off of it there in the front yard, and decided to keep it and just use it for a backup boat. I've got another boat too, actually. One of them little small 10-foot pond prowlers. My little pond hopper, as they call it. And I keep it around there. I've had it actually longer than I've had this boat. It's probably at least 10 years old. And I keep it. And I got a little trolling motor for it. I can snatch a battery off here in 2 minutes and put on it for the trolling motor if need be. But I keep it around the house for little small farm ponds and stuff like that. And I got a couple of friends of mine that live close by me that I trust with it to not tear it up. And I tell them, hey, if y'all ever want to come over here and fish over here and need a boat, hey, just let me know, and I'll jerk the battery off of one and put it out there for you, and you come get it and go fish with it. So kind of like the community boat, I guess you could say. If I trust you enough, I'll let you use it. Trust you enough not to tear it up. I got it on like a little small lawnmower trailer that tilts. And my lawnmower trailer there, or the trailer that I got for it, one of my cousins come over and wanted to use my trailer to haul some garbage off or something from his house. So I'm like, I don't know. I really don't trust him that much anyways. I don't know. Of course, I put brand new LED taillights on it. Had just put them lights on there, hadn't been on there a month. So he wanted to borrow the thing. I let him borrow it. I didn't think nothing about it. He borrowed it for a couple of days, brought it back, parked it. I went back out there a week or so later going to use it for something. One of my taillights is busted all to pieces. He done backed into something or hit something. Anyways, there's a fish. Make a long story short, he busted my taillights. Of course, whenever I asked him about it, he didn't know nothing about how it happened. And that fish got off. He was all in that moss. As soon as he got in that moss, that's what happened. he got off there. So I'm missing about half of these fish because of this moss here. So to make a long story short, he don't borrow nothing of mine no more. He come over the other day trying to borrow something. I can't remember what it was. Oh, a pipe wrench. A big pipe wrench. He was trying to get a trailer hitch off of or a ball off of a trailer hitch or something to do with a trailer or trailer hitch. I got 4 or 5 of them laying around there. I said, no, I ain't got none. I hate to be that way, but when people mess you over there, once or twice, you kind of learn. And then, speaking of that, he's actually asked to borrow the trailer that he busted the taillight on twice, and I won't let him use it no more. I got a tire on there that I had to put air in. If it sits up for about a month, you have to put air in it. It don't bother me because I don't use it that much. But last couple of times he's asked to borrow it, I'm like, well, I got a flat on it, and I ain't fixed the flat yet, so that solves that problem. That's one of the reasons why I haven't fixed the flat. But like I said, I can air it up. And it takes about a month for it to go down. It's got it's probably actually just leaking around the rim somewhere. I ain't fool with it. I'd rather just put air in it every time I need to use it and be done with it. And that way I got an excuse for everybody else not to use the darn thing. But anyways, I was hoping we could get us a little bonus fish out here with our jugs. It don't look like it's going to happen today. Water temperature today is 81 degrees. What our water temperature is, and the sun is about to pop up over these trees here, and I'm just going to find me another shade tree because I'm about to lose my shade here. It's getting to be a little bit after 8 o'clock here now in the morning. Sun's coming up over top of these trees here. So with that being said, if we get a catfish on here, I'll stick it in the end of the video here. But with all that being said, we're going to hop off here. We got about 10 more fish. I think I got 10 in the bucket now. We're going to try to catch about 10 more bluegills, put them in the bucket. If I happen to catch a catfish, we'll have us a bonus fish here, hopefully. But you guys stay safe out there. Keep them lines tight. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. We'll get back with you here in a couple of days with another video. Hopefully we'll be in the big boat by then. But peace, guys. See ya.